What's up, everybody? Let's get ready for some football. Today, we are playing Madden 2025, and we are going to find out if Madden can actually predict the future. It's win or go home. That's right. It's the playoffs, baby. The NFL postseason is upon us, and there is nothing better. There are no series, no best of three, no best of five, no best of seven, no best of nothing. It is simply win and move on, lose, and get ready for the NFL draft because your season is done. That's how we like it. That is the best type of tournament, highest stakes. You got to bring your A game. And guess what? Today we get to see what's going to go down. We get to see what happens. We get to go into our little magic crystal ball and see what the future holds. Our magic crystal ball is Madden 2025. So what we are going to do is we are going to simulate the whole playoffs from the wild card weekend all the way to the Super Bowl just to see what goes down. We're going to see how accurate they are and if they know what they're talking about. Because you know what? I'm going to give you my picks as well. I'm going to show you what I believe is going to actually go down so I could always go back and say, I'm smarter than Madden simulation algorithm because that's fun for me. This is what it's all about. Who's going all the way? I don't know. Let's find out. All right, here we go. So this is the playoff bracket. You have the first round, second round, third round, and the final matchup, which goes by wild card is the first round, divisional is the second round, conference is the third round, semifinals, and then the Super Bowl is the final. We're gonna see who wins. 14 teams started off. This is who I got. I got these. This is my bracket filled out with one team going all the way, and that's the Ravens. The Ravens are my pick to be the Super Bowl champions. But we'll talk about my picks throughout. Let's get into what Madden has to say. Can Madden predict the future? Let's find out. They started off with the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Houston Texans in Houston. It's going to be a doozy. We're going to find out. I have the Texans winning this. I think they're the better team. I think they're the more complete team, and Madden agrees. It's going to be tight. I agree with Madden there. So far, we are, me and the robots in Madden are doing the same thing. So now you could see in the playoff bracket, our wild card teams that have won move into the next level. Kansas City already had a bye. Detroit will have the bye on the other side. This is my team, the Ravens, going up against the Steelers. Now, the Steelers start things off with an interception. They take the ball from Lamar Jackson, who I believe should be the MVP. Ho ho! And it's a shocker, an absolute shocker. The quarterback for the Steelers, Russell Wilson, I do not have faith in that guy. I think he is hot garbage at this point in his career, but they got him winning against, I think, the best quarterback in the league at this point, and a shocker for them to say the Steelers are winning, but an even bigger shocker. Oh my gosh, I am rooting for the Broncos, but my pick is the Bills in this. I mean, my heart says Broncos, my brain says Bills. Madden is just throwing caution to the wind. They're going with the Broncos. Patrick Surtain, interception, touchdown. And here we go. The AFC side has moved on to the second round, but let's finish up the first round on the NFC side. So we go with the Eagles and the Packers. Jalen Hurts, that's their quarterback. He means business. But now the Packers, they're a good team. They're young. They got a lot of good pieces, but I think they're gonna get smacked. And Madden agrees. Madden agrees with me. The Eagles are the team with a lot of firepower, and they're coming, and the Packers just can't hang. So what's next? We go to Tampa Bay, where the Buccaneers lose to the Commanders. The Commanders have a rookie quarterback, and they got him going to the second round, just like Bo Nix on the Broncos. I got the Buccaneers going there, so I don't have Washington winning. I had the Buccaneers winning. We're starting to disagree a little bit. And the Rams and the Vikings, I look at the Vikings and I see a lot of flash. I see a sports car, but It's winter and the sports cars are better in the summer. And that's exactly what happened here. The Rams just smacked them up. So here we go. We are down to our final eight. You got Denver going to Kansas City. And here are my picks. The picks that I have, I had Houston going to Kansas City, Baltimore going to Buffalo. They don't even have Buffalo or Baltimore, and they got Denver right here. Cortland Sutton, there's the guy number 10, Bo Nix. God bless Bo Nix. That's what they say out in Denver. And in Kansas City, they got Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelsey. They got Taylor Swift in the luxury box. They're a hard team to beat. They are a dynasty, and they are going to show it here today. And that's exactly what they did. 35-30. They beat the Broncos. If that's where the Broncos season ended, they would be happy. That's a huge success. People thought they were going to win 4 games this year, but next up, we go into the Rams going into Philly. Philly is a hard place to play. They love their Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. They got a whole song and everything. And they play in what is called the link. And in the link, the Eagles take care of business 26-20. They move on to the Final Four. Kansas City, Philadelphia both have punched their tickets to the conference championships. 1 win away from the Super Bowl. Now you got the Lions and the Washington Commanders. If this is the matchup, Lions are winning. If it's Lions versus anyone else, they're still winning. I have faith in the Lions. This is their year. They're going far. They may win it all. But we'll see what Madden has to say. They like their rookie quarterback, Jaden Daniels. I think it should be a smackdown. I think the Lions should win by a ton. But here it is. The Washington Commanders take care of business and go into the conference championships. Did not expect that one. Did not expect that at all. Wow. And now it comes down to the Steelers and Texans. Who is going to be the last team to make it to that Final Four? Who is going to step into 1 game away, 2 wins away from winning it all? This is where you're at. You're 1 win away from the Super Bowl, 2 wins away from winning it all. Steelers, I think they are the worst team in the playoffs. That's my honest opinion. I don't see them getting past the Ravens at all, obviously, as I've picked the Ravens. Here comes the Steelers. They're aggressive, and they're a little bit too aggressive for the Texans. And Russell Wilson, there he is, number 3. They like to say, let Russ cook. And I guess in these playoffs, according to Madden, he is going to be cooking. I don't think that's going to happen. Pittsburgh going into Kansas City and Washington going into Philadelphia. Wow. I got 2 of those teams. I got Kansas City and I got Philly in my Final Four, but I do not have Steelers and I do not have the Commanders. But here we go. Let's see what Madden has in store for us. They like their Steelers, but I would be shocked to not see Kansas City get past this mediocre team. It is what it is. That's a great coach right there, Andy Reid, number 15. That's Patrick Mahomes. His legacy. Oh my goodness. So the Steelers are going to the Super Bowl, says Madden 2025. Robots, algorithm, whatever, simulation gods, you messed that up. Let me tell you something. If the Steelers make it to the Super Bowl, if Russell Wilson gets the Steelers to the Super Bowl, I will eat a shoelace. I do not have any faith in the Steelers making it that far. 1 win against the Ravens would be a miracle enough, let alone going all the way. Wow. It's just cracking me up thinking about this, them picking the Steelers. If they pick Washington to beat Philly and it becomes Washington and Pittsburgh, this game is out of control. Look at who they have. Philadelphia's got Jalen Hurts. He's on my fantasy team. He's a beast. Let me tell you that much. He's good for a rushing touchdown. Very hard to beat. This I mean not Pittsburgh. This Philadelphia team. Philadelphia trying to get the W. Devontae Smith taking it to the house, 80 yards, finishing them off. And that's how it's done, folks. Philadelphia is going to make it a Pennsylvania Super Bowl, a Battle of Pennsylvania in New Orleans. So that's where the Super Bowl's at. So the two Pennsylvania teams are headed to New Orleans. That's what they got going on. Philly versus Pittsburgh. You know, Philly's has a possibility. I don't think Philly is going to make it because I think Detroit's better, as you see here, going to the Super Bowl. But I think Philly's a good team. Now, Pittsburgh, I think I've said enough about number three in Pittsburgh. It's just not happening. Here we go. Super Bowl Sundays. Finally here. We are ready to see who takes home that precious trophy, that precious silver Lombardi trophy. That's what it's all for. Only one team can do it. Here they come. The Steelers make their entrance. Here come the Eagles. The Eagles are flying into the stadium, flying into the, through the tunnel, through the pyro, getting excited. And this game was off and running, and it was just punt, 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 interception by Russell Wilson. And guess what? Jalen Hurts leads his team down the field, finally into some sort of scoring position inside the 20-yard line. And it was just a sweet little whoop, okey doke, right into Smith. That's the guy. He scored the big one on the conference championship. Bam! Russ goes down. And he scores a big one in the Super Bowl. And then Jalen Hurts and the Eagles get the ball back. Jalen's running all over the place. It's 3rd and 4 again by the end zone, but this time it doesn't go. They kick the field goal, make it 10. And then as the first half is running out of time and we're getting close to halftime, the Steelers slowly march the ball down the field, get inside the 10-yard line on that huge 3rd down. Russell Wilson trying to make something happen, and he just can't cook. He overcooks the pot. It's burnt. It doesn't taste good. Interception. Classic Russ. And the Eagles start the second half. They start cooking up. They go down the field. Jalen Hurts throwing it right into the ground. They kick a field goal, but he gets the ball back and eventually runs his touchdown in. I told you he's good for a rushing touchdown. Flexing on him as they are now up big. Harris comes in for a score for Pittsburgh just to be on the scoreboard, I guess, as the clock expires with no timeouts. The Eagles do it. They do it. They do it. They win it all. They are the Super Bowl champions according to Madden. Woo! It's sweet, sweet title town in Philadelphia. Ho ho! I was expecting green for Eagles, but it's orange. That's okay. Gatorade bath coming in, and the Eagles win. The final shot is of Russell Wilson shaking his head. The story of Russell Wilson ends with a Super Bowl defeat. Let me tell you, if the Steelers made it that far and lost, you got to give it up to them. But that's just not going to happen. Not in this lifetime. I'm telling you right now. My picks were Detroit and Ravens. But if I'm being quite honest with you, it could be one of 5 teams. I think there are 5 legitimate contenders this year. I do have the Ravens. I do have Detroit. I have Kansas City three-peating, the Buffalo Bills 4, and then the Eagles, the champs according to Madden. I think they're in the conversation, so they could win it all. And then Madden's right. So we'll find out if I am actually smarter than the simulation robots down in the EA Sports headquarters. So I want to just give a nice little shout out to everyone who has been liking, been subscribing. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up, and let's make some more videos and have some more fun.